Well, hi everyone, and welcome to another chat with Deb. Today I want to talk about a great site that you can use here at the beginning of the school year with your students. It is called Pear Deck, and I have to give a shout out to my friend Naomi Harm because she's the one who gave me a heads up that this was out there. It's an awesome student response system that's very easy to use. It can be used on any device and easy to set up, and it ties in with your Google Drive account. So let me show you how it works. To get started, you're going to go to PearDeck.com. You will then do a teacher login, which is right here. You're just going to sign in with your Google account. Once you're signed in, you will see two options. One is to create a new deck, and the other is to open your Google Drive. The reason that there's an option for open your Google Drive is you could actually create a Google presentation or have a PDF in your drive that you want to create and use it in your Pear Deck. The other option is just to create a new deck right within Pear Deck, which is what I'm going to do. Before we do this, if we look over here, we can see we have something called decks, and then we have something called sessions. Decks are the actual presentations you create. Sessions are when you actually use the presentation with your students in an interactive way. Let's create a new deck. When you create a new deck, you have two choices. One is to create the slides right within Pear Deck. The other is you could import a Google presentation or a PDF. You can do that 5 times for free, and then you would need a premium account to do more than 5. I'm going to create my presentation right within Pear Deck. The first thing I'll do is actually title my Pear Deck. There's 3 bars right here. When I click those, it gives me options when I'm in the Pear Deck, so you can check out all the options that they have here. If you need extra help, just check out the help videos that are right here. To get started, click the plus sign. You can have a normal slide, a multiple choice slide, a free response text, or a free response number. For the other 2 choices, you need a premium account. We're going to click on multiple choice slide. It's very easy. You put your question in the yellow box, and you put your answer choices right over here. You can add extra answer choices or delete them depending on how many you have. So now I've created my first question. I'll go to the plus sign and add a second question. This time we'll try a free response text question. So I'll add my question here. Once I type my question, I can go over here to student response and choose if I want it to be a paragraph or short text. In this case, I just need a short text. Notice I have other options too of adding a YouTube video, a list, a text block, or an image. Let's add a question with an image. If I go to the plus sign, I'll type in my question. Then we'll click on Add an Image. Now I simply have choices. I can upload from my computer, or I can even do a Google image search if I'd like to, or just look at images that are here that I have in my Google Drive. I'm going to choose to upload. Over here, once again, I can choose paragraph or short text, and I've finished that question. I've added a few extra questions, and now let's say I'm ready to present this to my class. I would simply click on Start Presenting right up here, and it gives me 3 different choices. The first choice would be a premium account. I can do a projector view, or I can see what it would look like as a student. We're going to go to projector view, and you could project this from your projector and show the kids the key that they need to enter in order to get in. It's fun how they give a little hint too to help the kids remember the letters. Zany ears get beautiful wombats. I'm going to open another window and put this code in. As a student, I see that I'm in and my teacher will begin shortly. If I go back to the teacher account, you can see I can tell one student has joined. Once I hit the arrow, it will put the first question out there. I can see I have no responses yet. I like how I can show student responses, or I can hide student responses. I also like how I can lock the student responses so they can't change your answers once they've put it in. Or I can unlock them. Let's go to the student view. So here's what the student sees, and they would simply click on what they think might be the right answer, and then they just have to wait. By the way, all answers submitted are anonymous, and you notice the students didn't need an account to log in, other than their Google account. As a teacher, I hit the forward button again, and it'll ask the next question. Let's see what the student sees. In this case, we have the free response, so now the student needs to type in their answer and post it. Here's the answer. I could also change my answer if I wanted to. If we go back to the teacher view, I could choose to lock student responses, and then you could not change your answer. I could also show answers. So right now it's loading and you would see many of them. I only have one, but here's what it would look like. If I go back to the previous question, I could also here show student responses. It would show the number of dots for each student response, and again, it's anonymous. Here's a normal question with a list. In this case, the list is in bullets. If I go to the student view, you'll notice the student has the exact same thing. There's nothing they do other than to either write down or shout out or say the choice that they believe is true. So this is unlike the multiple choice or the free response. This is just called normal question with a list. Let me show you another example of a question I made. This one's a YouTube video. So the kids have to watch the YouTube video, and then your students need to tell what was their favorite fact. The student view, if you look here though, they just watch the video up in front on the projector. Then when the video is finished playing, they would type in their answer here, and this is what a paragraph answer looks like. So you can see there's all different choices of different types of questions you can ask. Here's another great feature I love about Pear Deck. If I go down here, I can ask a question over again if I find that my students aren't understanding real well and I need to reteach a little bit. Right over here too, I can ask just simply a quick question, and it lets me choose real quickly what kind of question I want to ask. So I can just do something in the middle of a lesson if I feel I need to. And lastly, I can end my session right here. And one of the things I love is it asks you to name your session. Once you do that, you can then go back as a teacher in your Google Drive and find your sessions and review the student answers and how they did. So I'm going to, in my blog post below this video, post another video that shows more about how to go back and look at a session and see the student answers after you've presented the session. Well, I hope you enjoyed this chat with Deb about Pear Deck, and I really hope you give it a try. I could see this being used at all different grade levels, and it would be a great way to incorporate your devices if you are one-to-one. All right, everyone, until next time, I hope all of you are well and that you are having a great start to your school year. Take care. See you next time. Bye.